you all in this lecture from A division and B division also. Some of the students, those who have joined from A division, all the students I expect that joined from A division, and all of B division have joined. Till some students are joining, so let them join. We'll continue this lecture. So for A division, let me tell you one thing that we have seen the central idea, then title, then whole syllabus. So I think Varay sir may have covered that all points. So I will not again go for that. And we'll directly start from the importance of course in this program. So what is important of machine design, importance of this machine design course in total our mechanical engineering program. That from that point we'll start. So already we have discussed somewhat background related to the machine design. I think all of us know that actually any product starts from the design only, that is conceptual design, and then afterwards it gets developed. So while we are talking about the mechanical design, at that time the mechanical design is the base from where we can start that particular product. So while we are thinking about the surviving to the humankind, as we have seen in one story, that story of 100 people, while we are surviving to the humankind, at that time we are going to develop some machineries, and that machineries are required to be designed first. So there are stages of design that we'll see later on while we are going to see the entire program or of this course. So when we are going to see this mechanical design, at that time, first point here you can see the mechanical design or machine design is one of the important course in mechanical engineering. It has clearly mentioned that this course is very important. This we can say as a core of mechanical engineering. All other subjects which are supporting to this subject that we have seen, that is in prerequisite slide we have seen that the all other courses like machine drawing, then theory of machine, kinematics, and mathematics, engineering physics, engineering chemistry, these all courses are prerequisite, are required to be complete, or we should have knowledge of that courses to study or understand the concept in this mechanical or machine design. So this is again one of the core subject like KTOM or your mom subject, and it is required to be designed. That is nothing but what the subjects which you have learned are the subjects which make your background for the designing of any product, because our ultimate aim is that we are going to survive mankind by uh, solving their problems, and these problems we are going to solve by means of any mechanical machinery or by means of any mechanical procedure. So when we are going to design that procedure or machinery, at that time we are required to have this mechanical engineering or mechanical design or machine design subject. So this course in machine design helps students to understand the fundamentals of designing the most commonly used parts. That most commonly used parts, again we can see nowadays motorcycle is common or this common usage. So this likewise most commonly nut and bolt, that is again very commonly used part. So that part also we are going to learn how to design that part, how we are going to use that particular nut and bolt for the particular application, that we are going to learn in this subject. Then elements and units of various machines, that again I'm going to extend it, not only parts, you are going to able to design elements and various units. That is for any machinery, for example you can take uh, paper printing machinery. In the paper printing machinery there are different units of the same machinery. Whole you are going to consider as a one machine, but out of that again printing is different, rolling is different, then cutting is different. So all that parts are, all that units are connected together and it is going to become one machinery. So likewise we are going to learn how to design that various units in that machinery, and we are going to learn small components of machine on assembling make a big machine. So all of us we know that the machinery is not a single component. It contains various small components. Like if you are talking about the engine is not a single piece. Engine is not one component. So it contains various components like piston, cylinder, gauge and pin, then connecting rod, then crank, bearings, casing, lubrication system, then walls. All these are combined together and is going to become one machinery. So we are going to learn how to design that small components also of that machinery. And hence that total machine or that total uh, what we can say engine, we are going to learn how to design. So this is what the importance of our course in the total program, total mechanical engineering program. Now directly we'll start from the first points of first unit. So unit number 1 is the fundamentals of machine design. Now if you are go through the syllabus of this unit, previous year syllabus is different and this year syllabus is different. Just what we have done is that there were 8 units as compressed and put into 6 units. So this syllabus has become vast and we have to cover many points in some units. Like in case of this first unit also, fundamentals of machine design. In this unit also, we are going to see different components. Like we are going to have the design against the static load also, design of knuckle joint, all that joints that we are going to see. And then we are going to shift to the next point. That is again all these points which we have covered, which we required to cover as per the our guidelines that we have covered. Assignment booklet and question and MCQ question I will upload in the study material, and that you can take from that our study material or that link. I will put which questions you have to write in the assignment booklet also. So that I will mark and you can see that study material where we are going. I am going to put the assignment booklet for this unit as well as that MCQ booklet also. So just let me check one thing. Oh, recording has stopped, I think. Whether you are able to see the screen? Anybody can unmute.
Yes, sir.
You are able to see screen.
Yes, sir.
And recording is still going on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what happens that just a minute. I hear only one. You are able to see one slide only.
Only one slide, sir. Oh, importance of course in program.
Importance of course in program. That slide you are able to see. Okay. Just shall we wait for a minute because now I am in college and we don't have light now. Kulkarni,
So the screen is also not visible.
screen is not visible and recording also I think stop.
Recording is on, sir.
Recording is on, but actually I was recording it from PC and I was teaching or talking from the mobile.
Hmm.
Okay, should I share now from here? Can I share? Just a minute. Just a minute. Lecture link is there. Are you able to listen me? And recording is going on, Avinav?
Yes, sir. Recording is going on, sir.
How it is possible? I don't know. PC is off now. Still recording is going on. Machine design. Okay. So I'll share my screen from mobile also.
Okay, sir.
Share screen. Start presenting. Whether the recording is going on?
Yes, sir. Recording is on, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now are you able to see this slide? Important.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Slide is visible.
Yes. Now what we are going to learn in this unit, that the specific principle or scientific principle, technical knowledge, and what are required to develop a simple machine parts. Also, we are going to learn the design procedure of simple machine parts like knuckle joint and various other joints. So in this case, we are going to learn the fundamental principles also of design. That is again little bit where we are going to have only theoretical treatment. Also, we are going to learn the design procedure. So that all we are going to cover in this first unit. After completion of this unit, you will be able to choose a particular procedure for designing of any simple component. Also, you will be able to design various parts in various joints. That is, if you are going to take example of knuckle joint, you will be able to design a knuckle joint for the given specific application or given specific load. As well as you will be able to learn what are the theories of failure. Then which theory you can use for the particular application. Also, you will be able to know what is the factor of safety and application of that factor of safety. So all these points you are going to learn from this first unit. Now we'll start from this first unit, and this is what the first slide of this unit we can say. Abhinav, recording is going on or it has stopped?
Yes, sir. Recording is going on, sir.
No problem. Okay, there should not be problem for the recording actually. Okay, now first, as just we are talking in this classroom, virtual classroom. So let me know what is the importance of machine design for the engineers. That already which we have covered, that the importance of this course. But till now, through the discussion, or as per your knowledge, what is the importance of machine design in any engineering? Okay, machine. When we are talking about the machine design, it means that it is dealing with the mechanical engineering. Anybody can unmute and just give the simple answer of this question, that what is importance of machine design for engineers? Any of you? Okay, let that answer may be wrong. Just we have to make this session as an interactive session. Let me know that you are there, you are joined. Hello, who will be able to give the answer? Hello? See, I'm not able to see the total. Yes, please.
Sir, machine design helps to construct a machine and manufacturing and like that. I guess.
Okay.
Machine design helps to construct any machine.
Construct any machine. So it is a base of constructing, right? What you are talking, it is right. So you are just online. That the importance of machine design is importance of a life, like in human being. So everything starts from the design only. Everything starts from concept and to be built. And later on, we are going to manufacture it. and later on that thing is going to come in existence. So very first step which we are going to see in this process is the designing, is what the concept which you are going to put and that concept which you are going to develop. That's why this machine design is very important in this total course and this total program, that is mechanical engineering program. Now, what is machine design? Actually, when we are going to design any component, so these three statements are very important while we are going to learn this total course. That is creation of new and better machines. So see here, when we are going to design any new machinery, that you are going to replace to the existence. Am I right? So when we are going to replace that existing machine, at that time, that machine which you have designed, that is performing better than the previous one. For example, the previous mobile handsets which we were using were not containing the screen, and it was not possible to do all these activities which we are doing right now with the help of mobile. So that time mobiles were used only for the talking purpose. That is, you are going to call someone and someone is going to receive you, and just that dialogue was going on. Nowadays, we are able to do every possible operation which we are doing with the computer. Even we are sharing our screens, we are talking live with each other. Now we are taking meetings also, just like we are going to conduct this lecture. So all these things are possible when we are going to develop a new machinery. This mobile is also we can consider as a machine. Okay, it contains electronics and computer and mechanical parts. So all these parts are not only computer and not only mechanical also. Is combination of all. So this machine which has developed is doing better performance than the previous one. So it is improving existing one. So this statement which is next, that is existing has improved. Then with what? That economical cost is reducing. So next statement is so that it is economical in the cost of production and operation. It means that when we are going to develop a new machinery, at that time, when it is replaced by the existing one, then also what we are going to do is that it is going to give us cost benefit. So for an engineer, when he is going to design a new machinery, he has to take this dimension also in account. That is economic dimension, cost dimension. So while we are thinking about the new machinery design or process design, at that time, we have to think that it should be economical and it should be with low cost. Again, we'll take example of the same, that cars, nowadays we are using cars, that cost of that car has get reduced with the new technologies, so that most of the people are able to use that car. That was not condition previous. Why? Because the cost of that car we can consider as a total machinery, was so high that the common person was not able to operate. Nowadays, engineers has reduced his cost, and the person who is earning somewhat good money, he can also offer a car. He can also have that car with him. So likewise, we have improved that product. Also, we have designed it in such a way that the cost has get reduced. Next, again, we are going to see the fundamentals of that design, machine design. Now, how design is born? First of all, you can see. Are you able to see the yellow spot? Anybody can unmute.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right.
Creation is written.
Right. So that is what the first thing in this machine design, for any design. When we are talking about the machine or mechanical design, we are sticking with our mechanical parts. But for any design, it may be building design, it may be a new circuit design, it may be a method by means of which electronics components are improved, or it may be a software by means of which we are going to do some work. So when we are talking about that design, at that time it starts from the creation. And that creation is nothing but the creativity. Now we are gifted by means of creativity. Every humankind has gifted by means of creativity. And we can think about the better solutions of the same problem. So once you are going to have, or you start to utilize that creativity, you will get the different solutions for the different problems. So first of all, again, I will tell you one thing, that we should able to find the problems in the existing product. If we are happy with the existing product, then we are not able to have the new version of the same product. So we should able to find the problems in the existing product. And later on, we'll think about how to solve that problems. So creative is, or creation is the first step. Then we are going to see the requirement. That is, once you are going to have the creation, that are vice versa, that one can have the requirement and he can go for the creative solution, or one can think innovatively and then he can check what is the requirement of his thinking, what is the requirement of his innovation. Because people were happy with the help of that landline phones, but later on mobile has come into picture. So it has invented, and then afterwards people were using it. So they have created that requirement. Nowadays we are habitual with the mobile. No one is going to use that landline phones. So it is like that. Then next, once you are able to create the requirement, then you are going to prepare a rough idea of that concept. So like we are not thinking about the material, we are not thinking about the stress, we are not thinking about the method by means of which it can be manufactured. Just we are going to draw a conceptual drawing. So you can Google it, that conceptual designs or conceptual drawings of motorbike. You will find different designs over there, which you can say it as a magic. So just that model we are going to create by of our concept, how it will look like, how it will work, that we'll see later on. For that we have to go for the synthesis. Once you are able to make the rough drawing, then as a company, as engineer, you are going to think about its marketability. That innovation which we are doing, whether it is capable to have the capture market. Otherwise, if you are thinking that and you are creating a new machinery, but people are not ready to buy it, they are happy with the existing one, that cannot be a good design. Though it is a creative, it cannot be a good design, because people will not buy it and people are not interested at all in that product. Then there will not be any use of that particular product. Basically, as an engineer, we have to think that whether it is able to generate a money, generate a wealth for nation, for us, for that company where we are working, or if you have your own business, for that, whether it is able to generate money, that marketability we have to check. Then next, we are going for the market survey. That is, if we are going to develop that new product or new procedure by means of mechanical designing, so whether it is marketable, if answer is yes, then we are going to search for that market where that product can be utilized. Like we are going to search a market for suppose high-end four-wheelers like Jaguar. So for Jaguar, Mercedes, while we are doing market survey, at that time we are going to consider upper class of society. So what is percentage of that upper car? Then whether that how many people are there in that category, whether they are able to offer or whether they are able to purchase that car, that all things will come into market survey. This is true for every product. So Just I will shift from mobile to PC. I will. Okay, excuse me for a second. Till now, do you have any question? Anybody can unmute and just.
No, sir.
No. Okay, very good. Are you able to see the screen? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Great. So we are at the market survey. So when we are going to talk, we are talking about the market survey that already we have covered. Next is that we are going, now we can think about the aesthetic view of that product. What is the aesthetic view? Aesthetic term, I think it is new for us. That aesthetic is nothing but how that product is look like. So when we are talking about the JCB machine or any earth moving machine, at that time it will not look like a small car. It will be robust. And all the parts which we are going to design for that earth moving equipments, that are going to give a sense of robustness. Whereas when we are talking or when we are designing car, though it has the same capacity engine, earth moving equipment, JCB has suppose 120 HP engine, and any car, high-end car will have a 120 HP engine. So both in both cases, even trucks, they are having 80 HP engine or 100 HP engine, horsepower engine, but they are looking different, and they are going to give us that sense that car, we are going to see it as a what attractive, or it is going to give us feeling of softness. Whereas if you are going to see the JCB, it is going to give us feel of robustness. Whereas we are going to see the truck, at that time we are going to get feeling of carrying that load. So that product gives us that appearance, and how the product will look like. That is nothing but the aesthetic view of that product. After market survey, you are going to choose this particular term, that how it will look like. Again, we can take example of two-wheeler. So we are going to get two-wheelers of different colors. Why these colors are there? Why we are not going to get two-wheeler in only one color, like all other automobiles, like earth-moving equipments? So they are having different colors, because color is going to give us appearance. Color is going to give us the feeling, some feelings, and we are going to choose that particular. Somebody is going to choose black color, somebody is going to choose white color, somebody is going to have some other type of colors. So that colors are coming under the category of aesthetic, how the product will look like. Then we are talking about the ergonomics. Ergonomics is nothing but how much easy that product is for handling. That is called as ergonomics of that product. So aesthetic and ergonomic, they are separate, we can say, branches of this design, aesthetic and ergonomic. And we can go in deep with that aesthetic and ergonomics, because products are made marketable or made that attractive by means of these two aspects of aesthetic and ergonomics. Definitely, when we are going to see any product, at that time we'll see whether that product is easy to use, whether it is easily accessible. That point you are going to consider, definitely. So we're talking about this ergonomics also, that is how easily that product can be handled. And all these points that one person has to be considered, that is designer. And mechanical engineers or any engineers, they are supposed to be have the designing feature or designing quality in them. Where though we are working on the shop floor, we are going to make improvement in process over there. We can make improvement in that any machinery. So where we are going to use our knowledge of design. Okay, only design, that department is not looking after all these things which we are learning here. Every person who is working with every aspect of that company, he can think about all these points because he has to deal with that particular process or product of that company. So next point is definitely safety. If we are developing any product, we are dealing with the mechanical products. So what we are going to see is that huge amount of force is handled by means of machinery, mechanical machineries. And it may be, again, we can take example of simple pen which you are using. It undergoes to the stress because of the application of external force. So at that point, safety is important because this point is quite, we can say, critical in case of some products like boiler. When we are dealing with the boiler is what we can say a huge pressure vessel where high pressure is generated in the vessel, and that high pressure may, if it get blast, it may create disaster. So we have to take care while designing such components. Other thing is, again, we can take a simple daily example. When we are designing rim of two-wheeler and tire of that two-wheeler, we can take assembly of that tire and tube, where high pressure air is filled in that tire and tube. Nowadays, radial tires we are going to use. That's why I am saying as a tire only. Tube and tire, that both can be considered. This high pressure air, if it get blast, small accident may create. It may create small accident. Am I right? So to avoid such accidents, what we have to do is that we have to take care of safety while designing stage only, while we are designing that product. If we are assuming that the product can sustain 10 Newton force, then designers are thinking that no, that product has to be designed for 20 Newton. Likewise, we are going to take the factor of safety. Though we know that that product is not coming across this 20 kilonewton throughout its lifetime, then also what we are going to do is that we are going to consider that this product will sustain 20 kilonewton load, and we are going to design it. So that point which we are going to consider, that because of the safety only, and safety is going to become a critical issue. So in case of some products, like we have taken an example of boiler, even in case of cars, even in case of automobiles, where automobiles are, in case of cranes, where the issue of safety is going to become very critical. And you can find number of applications for that, where the safety issue is critical. Even in case of pen also, that safety issue is again not critical, but it is considered. It has to be considered. Okay, that is how the product is. We are thinking about the product. Again, we'll go to the back, how we have created it and what we are thinking. Next point which we are going to see is the economical background or its cost. This economics will be included for the costing of that product. That is, it involves all material, then all procedure by means of which we are going to manufacture it, that is manufacturing process, as well as all transportation and its market, till we are going to give it into hand of end user. All these are considered under the economical conditions. And we are going to think about that economics also. For example, if we are going to design a product and it is going to replace to the existing product, but if that product which is going to survive for a particular application is more costlier than the existing one, people will not buy it. Why? Because they are happy with the existing products, and they are happy because of the economical conditions. They are happy because of this cost benefit. So while designing, we have to think about this point also, economical point. Next, nowadays we are going to consider this point, that is recyclability, because it is going to become a critical issue for pollution. For example, if you are going to manufacture any product with plastic, then nowadays we're against of that plastic. Till today, we are going to have some products which are manufactured from the plastic, and designers are trying to replace it by means of some other material. Or in that material also, we are going to think about how it can be recycled. So we have to think about the recyclability of that product. Now this product, that means procedure which we are going to see, is right from very small product which is right now in existence to a very big product like Boeing aeroplane. Boeing is also providing service to the airlines. They are developing every day some new products, some new facilities in their aeroplane. So that is going to become a very huge product. But a very small daily consumable products, we can think about that also, to that very huge product. So all that products where we are going to involve design are including all these points. Let me tell you one example. One of my friend has completed his PhD from Oxford University. And what was the topic of his PhD? It was enhancing creativity of designer by using natural shapes. And it was sponsored by Rolls-Royce. So Rolls-Royce, you are knowing, they are manufacturing car, but more they are manufacturing engines, jet engines, which are used in the aeroplanes. Now they are in automobile sector also. Rolls-Royce is the car. We think that it is a status symbol. But Rolls-Royce is the company which is doing more business in the aeroplane engines. And that company has sponsored that project, that enhancing creativity of designer using natural shapes. So creativity, where we are talking about, is very important for the designer, for an engineer, everybody. Okay. So as we are in the process of becoming engineer, so we should know what is the importance of that creativity. And later on, we can think how we can enhance technically our creativity. There are some techniques by means of which we can improve our creativity. One cannot say that I don't have creativity. He can improve himself, right? So that creativity, that is important. Now we are talking about the recyclability. Next, once you do all these things, all this survey, then one has to think about how much fund is available with him. Because if you are going to develop a new product, if you don't have money, we can not move further. Though you have good idea, though you have good procedure, though you have done everything, every survey, then aesthetically it is very good, then it is safe, then it is economical to the existing product, then it can be recycled. But if you don't have sufficient fund for doing all these things, then it will be not of any use. So next thing which we are going to see in this same design process, that is the availability of funds. Later on, we are going to think about the material, that which material can be utilized for that product. Whether we can go for the plastic, whether we can go for the wood, or whether we can go for the ferrous or non-ferrous materials. All these materials which are nowadays in existence, that materials can be seen and we can check its utility. Even one can think about the gold also. So you can think about, can we manufacture any product from gold? So let me tell you one thing, that in some applications, this gold is also important. It is alloyed with some basic materials. And later on, some parts are manufactured. Like if you are in the jewelry business, if you are in that ornament or that sector where gunmetals and all that are manufactured. So in that case also, this material, that is gold, can be or may be used rather than it is in existence, it is in use. So in that case also you can think about the available material. One for example, we can take that our mechanical example. We know that piston is manufactured from the aluminum alloy. Whether it is possible to have some other material which we can replace with the aluminum, that we have to think as a designer. Or if you take the example of aeroplanes, while we are designing aeroplanes, we have to take always into account that every part which we are going to design should be of lightweight. We don't bother, or we don't have to bother about the cost. Just we have to bother about the weight of that part, because that aeroplane has to take lift. It is moving in air. So while we are traveling in the air, at that time, every single gram is going to consume more energy to have its propagation. That's why while we are designing that aeroplane or spaceship, at that time we have to take care of weight of that product. Next, if you are thinking about the designing of ship, at that time we are not bothering about weight. We are just bothering about what? The cost. So that is what, how the focus will get changed, how the material will get changed when you are changing the application. One cannot think about developing an internal combustion engine by means of wood or by means of plastic, because in case of that internal combustion engine in combustion chamber, generally near about not 1200, 900 to 1200 degrees Celsius temperature is there. And we have to choose such a material which can be withstand with that temperature. So we have to choose such type of material. We cannot use wood over there. So this material, again you have learned in metallurgy that what is the importance of that materials. We have to think about the properties of that material, and then we have to think about the utilization of that material. Then only all these things, if you are considered, and if you don't have any procedure by means of which we can manufacture that product. Your product is very good, you have choose material, but if suppose we don't have any procedure by means of which we can manufacture it. For example, we can take in history, we have seen swords were used, and that swords that has manufactured by means of forging technique. That technique was developed. We can take example of Ashok Stamp, which is in Delhi. Today also we are amazing that which manufacturing process has used for such a huge that pillar. You can think of this while we are thinking about our engineering. Everybody has to have this question that how that Ashok Stamp has built. What is the manufacturing process? So you have to ask question to a teacher who is teaching manufacturing process. That sir, which type of technique can be used for that manufacturing process of that Ashok Stamp? Whether it is casting, rolling, or existing what the nowadays technologies are used for manufacturing. So we have to think about that manufacturing process also. We have to study which are the manufacturing process are available nowadays. Nowadays is what we can say, nano parts are manufactured, micro parts are manufactured, and that manufacturing technology has improved by means of that. Previously it was not there. Previously, if you see the previous engines, even internal combustion engines, they were rubbished. Nowadays, same capacity engine can be developed with smaller size, smaller cost, smaller material, everything. Why? Because it is possible because of the improved manufacturing process, because of the change or technology which has risen in manufacturing process. So while designing, one has to think, and don't bother about everything. You may think that why this designer has to take all this stress on his head, but don't bother. because everybody, or you can give some task to some person, that you have to think only about the material, you have to think only about the manufacturing process, you have to think about only safety, reliability, then aesthetic ergonomics, or somebody will be there for the marketing survey. That's why for a company, these various departments are there. The design department is separate, marketing department is separate, then manufacturing unit is separate. So, but designer has to have contact of all these units, all these points. So once you are going to think about manufacturing process, the next part is we're going. Now we are coming to our subject. The part which we are doing in our subject is the analysis. That is nothing but stress strain calculation. This is very, what we can say, low end part which we are doing, in which we are going to consider the force. Definitely when the force comes into picture, stress comes into picture with the material which is used. And last, we are going to find out the size. What will be the size of that unit, of that product, of that component? Because if you are manufacturing, or if you are designing, not manufacturing actually, designing shaft to transmit 10 Newton meter torque, at that time, the shaft material which you are going to use is suppose steel, and the steel is capable to take 330 megapascal stress. Then we have to use that stress which that steel can sustain, and we have to rebuild the size of that shaft. We have to find out the size of that shaft. We have to transmit 10 Newton meter torque, and we are going to have this type of material. Later on, we know that stress is equal to force divided by area. So force that can be calculated from the torque which is transmitted, and stress, that material property which we can take, and from that we can calculate what will be the dimension, that is area of cross section of that particular component. We have taken an example of shaft. Likewise, we can take any example, any other example also. I think this slide is over, and next slide is about the phases in design. So this is very important. In exam, question may be asked based on this phases of design. And the previous slide, that is what we can say overall idea of designing. We can use this slide also, or this ray diagram also. Comparatively, this ray diagram is easy, and hence it can be easily understood. So this phase, first phase is identification of need, that we have seen. Then identification of problem for which you are going to design a new product. Then we are going to design a synthesis, that is nothing but various mechanisms which can be used. Then analysis and optimization. Analysis, that is nothing but the finding out the stress and size. And optimization is nothing but whether it is possible to reduce some parameters. Like we have taken example of aeroplane, in which we are going to reduce the weight. So we are not bothering about the size. We are not bothering about the cost. We are not bothering about the material also. We can continuously go on searching of new materials which are light in weight and which are capable to take no stress. So that optimization type of optimization can be done. So that is the next step. Then evaluation, that whole product is evaluated economically, and then we are going to present it to the market, or in front of that owner of that company, we can say, or CEO, that this is new product and we have developed like this, and that can be presented. Now, before presentation, you can see here that every stage is capable to go to the previous stage. That is, if our evaluation is not good, then you can go to the optimization. If optimization and analysis is not good, you can change the synthesis. If the synthesis are not working properly, you can go for the defining or definition of that problem. You can redefine that problem. And if the problem which you are not able to define properly, then we can go for the changing of that idea. by means of which we are going to do that product, we are going to fulfill that requirement, right? So these all things are the phases from which the design start and where it will get end. After presentation, we can go for the manufacturing and later on marketing of that. So one by one, we'll say that all stages later on. We can stop here now for this lecture. Don't leave this lecture because I have to take present also. Before present, you don't leave it.